Genghis Khan, the storm from the steppes, the architect of the largest land empire the world has ever seen. In a time when kingdoms rose slowly through dynasty and diplomacy, he built his empire from horseback, with fire, steel, and absolute will. This is not just the story of a conqueror. This is the story of the man who rewired the ancient world. Born as Temujin around 1162, near the Onun River in modern-day Mongolia, his life began with promise, the son of a tribal chief. But when his father was poisoned by the Tatars, his clan abandoned Temujin's family, leaving them to starve in the wild. At just 9 years old, he killed his own half-brother over a dispute of power. At 15, he was captured by enemies and enslaved. He escaped, but more than that, he learned. He learned that in the steppe, loyalty was bought with strength. Alliances were fleeting, and to survive, he would need to destroy the tribal system that betrayed him. He began gathering followers, not by blood, but by merit. He promoted shepherds to generals, slaves to leaders. The clans hated him for it, but they could not stop him. By 1206, after years of brutal civil war, Temujin had unified the Mongol tribes. They named him Genghis Khan, universal ruler. And then he looked outward. His first campaign was against the Western Jie dynasty in northwest China. Their cities fell like dominoes, their armies shattered. When they rebelled years later, he wiped them from the earth. The entire royal family executed, their culture nearly erased. Next came the Khwarezmian Empire, a powerful kingdom stretching across Iran, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. Genghis sent a trade caravan. The Shah executed them. He sent diplomats. The Shah killed them too. This was a mistake, a fatal one. In 1221, Genghis unleashed hell. His armies, divided into lightning-fast divisions, struck from unexpected angles. Cities were burned, civilians slaughtered. At Nishapur, it's said that over 100,000 people were killed in a single revenge massacre. The Mongols didn't just fight, they terrified. They used smoke, drums, fake retreats, even catapulted severed heads over city walls. Some cities surrendered at the sound of hoofbeats. Genghis Khan understood that war was not only fought with swords, but with perception. He spread rumors of his brutality, let fear travel ahead of his armies. Entire populations fled before a single Mongol was seen. He spared those who submitted and annihilated those who resisted. In the words of his general, "Submit and live, resist and die." But it wasn't just bloodshed. Genghis reformed military organization, creating 10,000-man units called tumans, with soldiers rotated for discipline and scouts that mapped terrain months in advance. He abolished torture, banned noble privilege, and enforced a code of law, the Yasa. Even his enemies admitted he ruled not as a barbarian, but as a visionary. In 1227, during a campaign against the rebellious Tanguts, Genghis Khan died. How remains a mystery. Some say from injuries. Others whisper assassination. His burial site? Still unknown. Legend says the soldiers escorting his body killed every witness, and were then killed themselves to protect the secret. But his empire did not die with him. Under his sons and grandsons, it expanded even further, reaching Eastern Europe, Baghdad, Korea, and Vietnam. The Mongol Empire became the largest contiguous empire in human history. He established protected trade routes. The Silk Road reopened under Mongol peace. He connected East and West. Paper, printing, gunpowder, the compass, all moved faster across continents because of him. And yet his legacy is not simple. He is blamed for over 40 million deaths, nearly 10% of the world's population at the time. He left mountains of skulls and a shattered Islamic world. But he also erased feudal barriers, promoted literacy, and granted religious freedom. He was born with nothing, hunted, enslaved, forgotten. But he rose, not just to lead, but to remake the world in his image. Genghis Khan, the scourge of empires, the father of nations, the ghost still riding through history.